told you to keep your eyes off me.
How's the sound?
Right now it seems our lives are only getting harder, 'cause we thought the sun sets us free. So I say open the windows and let the water in. We've held our breath for longer. Yeah, I say open the windows and let the water in. We know we're
You agree? I mean, you can hear, right?
and we're breathing.
You guys can hear okay? How's the sound? So I know the sound was dodgy last time, right? We're good? You would go live when I'm trying to watch. Ah, yeah. Tim Sykes has got a webinar on shit. It's an all-day one today, right? Ah, fuck. I would have watched it myself. I didn't even realize it was on. I was in Stocks to Trade Pro this morning. And then, but mostly I was just concentrating. Sounds good. Yeah, cool. So there was a lot of potential runners today for sure. For me, it was a good day though. $1,000, which is nice. I mean, nice to have. I can show you guys a screenshot if you haven't already saw. Let's just go. Hang on, let's just sort my screens out. Yeah, it's fine. Share screen. So it's been I haven't really been on because it's been quiet. I mean, it's not like I've not been doing well. I mean, 1,000 today, 300, 200, 500, 1,000 on Thursday. So I'm doing all right. Like I'm getting by in the market. I'm up like just short of $3,000, which is not 2,885. So there's some borrow fees to come off, but it'll not be too much. So I'm doing all right. I'm like plodding by, like hitting like, hopefully I'll hit 65 by the end of the year, just short of 62,000 up on the year. So doing all right. Let's just have a quick look at who's in, and then we'll quickly get onto the trade that I made the 1,000 on. Adam, yes, here we go. Boy, let's go. I can't stay on too long. I've got like 20 minutes because I've got a freelance marketing call. I still do advertising a little bit. Just made 60 grand this year, whatever, but like I need to make more. Green, $1,000. Let's go, Chris Cole. I like that. Can you just say, should I shave the beard? Yes or no? Can you, like, should I shave the beard? Just comment yes or comment no. I'm curious. Yeah, the Sykes thing, I'm sorry. I might jump in, and I've got work all afternoon. I've got podcasts and freelance calls, sadly. So it's good to make the $1,000, do your other stuff. What's up, Gavin? Oh, Stacey. Clint, nice to see you, brother. Michelle. V for Vega, great to have you back. Missed your chart reading skills. We'll be doing some of that today. Good morning. I was watching TMXN for Morning Panic. Yeah, I'll check that one, TMXN. Alrit, mate, nice to see you, brother. Jobless Pilot. Dragon Dance, nice to see you back. Hank, nice to see you back. What's up, Dallas? Vaguely know the name, vaguely know the picture. Morning, Ravi, nice to see you back. Elliot, always good to see you back. All right, that's pretty much everyone. I'm just quickly skipping through. 100% on chest. Let's get in the 60 Gs. Keep the beard, it's manly. Fucking hell. I suppose. So let's have a look at some. So, I mean, the trade today was HTBX. And it's just, I mean, look, I've recently done a guide. I don't know when it's going to come out, but it's on stuff. It's on this setup, basically. I mean, look, it's just a really, it's a formula runner, but it's just give everything back. It's a really beaten down chart. and it's like it's a big float. Like the float's like 20 mil. So the news is like corona related, but it's not like. But I mean, look, coronavirus has been it's been fucking fixed. Do you know what I mean? What is it? mRNA, mRN, or MBRX, or mRNA or something? mRNA, mRNA, Moderna, mRNA. They cured coronavirus with the vaccine. Also, Pfizer did. So HTBX isn't going to do it. So they had some like vaccine related press release. Gapped a little bit, but there's just no volume. Like this volume isn't different to any other day, right? So I just knew with the heavy float and the bad history and the coronavirus news, there's no good reaction to it, and it's already been solved as a problem these days. Like Corona run was months ago, and then not to talk about the ton of resistance. I mean, like the resistance is no joke. Coming into this area, right? You see how it's bottomed, and then we've got this. It's just come straight into this resistance. So, I mean, for me, it was like everything was better, so I just took it. In terms of the trade, I would have loved to have caught it at 8:30. I've been a bit lazy in December. I just cannot be bothered to get to the screens on time. It's bad. It's bad. But when you've been trading for a couple of years and you've made the money for the year, like I've made me money for the year, I'm not bothered. So like you lose the hunger a bit, and I should have been up at 8, looking at the double top, catching the trend break, but ultimately I was a bit lazier. Shorted this little pop into VWAP. And maybe I can just draw it a bit back. I can just draw it out here. So I'll draw my entries out. So I caught, shorted this pop, took a little bit off it. I'm just like basically shorting and covering the extreme move. So like covering the dip, added on the pushback that was unexpected, took more at the open. When we get into this kind of little channel, so as in and out loads. I mean, in fact, I can just show you the chart. How do I figure this out? One sec. I'll just actually show you the chart so you can actually see what I did. HTBX. So this is a chart from my broker. So you can see, so I was a bit earlier than I thought. So I actually did catch this. I catched as it was falling through pre-market. Like when setups are super bearish, you don't really need to catch these like 690s. You don't need to get these like perfect entries, right? Hang on, let's maybe just start again. Okay. So we've got a nice entry here. I'm just saying you don't need to get the top. You don't need these perfect entries. Short, reshort, covering the dip, reshorting the pop. And then when this volume is very light, it's confirmation that's not really going to run. So I'm adding on the pops, covering in the dips, adding in this area here because I've got no real expectation it's going to get through this based on this volume. And then honestly, I take a lot of it off. Like I'm expecting this goes through this double bottom. I'm expecting it falls through 6 because it's very weak. Should be very heavy, but when it doesn't, I take a lot off, and you can actually see some quite safe covers. This was a cover taking the vast majority of my position off, just being like, oh, I'm done. Like, because obviously, like I've took 500 in this area, this whole channel I've took 500 in. And when I get the double bottom, I'm like, do I really need to risk being squeezed and giving it all back? So I just cut it like more or less like break even, like up 300. But then when this failed as expected, couldn't break through and hold over and under VWAP, I just hit it hard again on confirmation. And then these are me final like little covers, and obviously it has dropped lower since, but not much I can do about it. So, and I mean, in the end, the cover as well where the stock is now, so it'll probably just hang around for ages. VERU was one that Tim Bourne was always going on about, so let's have a quick look at VERU. Sorry, it's a bit slow. I've got a ton of stuff running. Tell you what, hang on, I'm gonna close some shit down. Give us a sec. And then just so hopefully things go a bit faster. Make sure I'm not in any trades. Save. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just shutting some stuff down. So, and then let us just plug in as well. Because then I can just help you guys a bit better. Give full attention. We've got about 10, 12 minutes. So, okay. Let's go full screen. So for VERU, just ask questions on tickers, guys, if you want to ask. I've got like 5-10 minutes. So VERU, you've got your resistance. Yeah, I'm trying to draw the straightest line possible. Got this higher low, and then we've got this. Oh, hang on, let's start again. This time we'll use horizontals. So this is the key line, right? So this is where it bottomed after it gapped on the big volume day. So this is the key line. You've obviously got this support line here. And what appears to be happening is we're getting this kind of, don't know if I call it coiling, but we've got the start of an ascending triangle. Hopefully, nah, it's not translating through. Now it is. So now these lines that I've drawn on the daily, these are the lines. These lines are these lines. So, I mean, for me, it's VERU is just mid-range because, like, if you buy in, if it dips at the open and you get like a dip buy here in this area at the open today, then it's a good dip buy because you've got like a bottom here, a bottom here, a bottom here. You've got a lot of support across like a lot of days. But you guys want to be watching Riot and Mara, no? But right now, buying here is mid-range. Shorts will pile in and short it. I'd say VERU is it's going to take a couple of days to set up, like, because VERU, it needs to like basically say today for the whole day, like it fails to break out after hours, then it comes back down, then it gaps up tomorrow. That's your buy. When it washes off this support line, that's your buy. But right now, it looks like it needs a few more days to set up. OCX. OCX. I was short OCX the other day. I don't know why you're asking about OCX, Hank. It was a good gap and crop the other day. It's had a day too. It's just going to lose its volume and be fucked. This is not a trade in any way. Good afternoon, Steve. Mara, I did bought Mara and Riot yesterday and didn't hold them. And I was like, oh, they'll like, and I bought them to swing because I thought this might happen, and it did. So it's like I bought Mara in the 580s, 570s yesterday. You've got a nice breakout on Mara. Across this, like, closed really strong. I was tempted to buy the close, but I was like, oh, it's up a bit too much. I mean, this is the start of the Bitcoin run, 52-week highs. I think Mara's also got some news. The real entry would be to get a dip. We didn't get the dip. We really wanted a dip here to buy it off the multi-year breakout level. But now that you haven't got the dip, like I say, I'm not a very good long. But the only kind of play, the best advice I can give you, and this is based on, and don't quote as we're born, but like from what I've learned from him, what I've seen repeatedly, and I'm sure I'll be right. Mara needs to consolidate more. Like, the lower the better, but because like Mara with Bitcoin, unless like Bitcoin has to keep on going higher, but as long as Bitcoin keeps on going higher, you want Mara to get like really tight. It needs to hug VWAP just like this, and then you're gonna start shooting off. I wouldn't worry about this resistance above. I'd be more focused on consolidating because it'll rip through this, no problem. You just need it to be hugging VWAP, so you've got a good buy where you can buy risking over and under the consolidation level that it's put throughout the afternoon. Because Mara is a fantastic breakout, and there's no reason, if Bitcoin runs, there's no reason this can't go to 20, 22, 23, honestly. At least 10, 12, 14. But Bitcoin has to run. But the only safe buy with Mora is to really let this consolidate and buy it in the afternoon. I'll be buying it in the afternoon for sure, if it holds long enough. Just watching that Bram education video. Nice, brother. VERU looks like Chris. We just did VERU, right? Yeah, they're similar. And Chris's mid-range. Chris's VERU, I think they're both biotechs as well, right? Chris's mid-range as well. And we're talking about Chris on another live stream, and I'm sure we're seeing this is also, yeah. This is also this ascending triangle that's setting up Chris and VERU. They both ran at similar times to each other as well. Tool girl, the only person you are best destined to become is the person you decide to be. Beautiful. I mean, look, that's it. Unless there's any other questions. WNW. Fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't even want to look at shit like that. AMD. Like, it was a weird one today. Like, AMD was today's like gap bar and gap and crap bar. I didn't realize that it had this high volume fail. But I mean, look, this was trading like 25 mil. Like, every time I've been burnt in the past, I've just been like, don't trade shit that's traded 20 plus million pre. Like, but AMD, look, I mean, for whatever reason, you got the triple top in this area. Not like a perfect triple top, but you've got like pretty good. Oh fuck. You've got like a pretty good. It's like you can call it like a one quadruple top, or you can call it a failed breakout. But either way, I mean, you cannot be buying, you cannot be shorting this. I would not be shorting this at the open. I think it's too scary. We got the like dump. I don't know, like if it's just a big seller or an offering came or what. But once that confirmation comes in, then I mean, look, I was focusing on the HTBX to see if I short. But once that comes in, you can start shorting off. Oops, getting worse at using stocks to trade. You can start shorting off these key levels. So you've got like short off this resistance, then add into this resistance and lower your risk. And you can see the clear lower highs all the way down. So you can definitely, like, once it starts topping off a certain level, you can take it, but it's just not a 931 short with that volume. Like, unless you've got a big account, it's certainly not for me. It's a mushroom play. MMEDF. I was looking at this short actually, with all the OTCs have been super hot. It's been awesome, this one. I don't know OTCs very well. I fully expected this to have a red day. This, I was looking at the close yesterday, this close level of, like, we're looking at the 350s over and under. For it to fail at oh, my God, you're kidding me. I mean, that, when when stocks panic, you get the OTC panics. It can go the other way. Like, OTC panics, longs can't get out. This is obviously an OTC squeeze when shorts can't get out. It's not massive. I mean, it's 12%, but it looks, just the way OTCs trade is pretty crazy. Borderline, this is getting to become a decent short. We're coming into some resistance from the previous day here. We've got resistance from the day before in the 370s. We're in the 356s. If I didn't have a freelance call in 10 minutes, I'd be a bit scared of this, but once it starts rolling over, you can obviously on the level 2, you can see it, but I wouldn't be just trading level 2 off this. I'd say once you start seeing red candles in this rolling over, obviously we've been faked out here, right? So you want to be not taking the first red candle unless you're aggressive or you're sizing in. But a lower high. You might be wanting to take a drop, and then when the lower high rolls over, maybe that's a little bit safer. Docs multiply pre-market volume by 10. Yeah, I do generally I'll do about 12, but 10, like 10's easy to do, but generally 12's more accurate. I think 12 to 13. In the first hour, normally I just know, like I don't multiply by 4. Maybe it's a good rule. I've got my own systems where I look at the first minute I'm timesing it by about 100. The first pre-market is like 10 to 12. First 15 I times it by like 14 or something. So if Dux does the first hour by 4, 8, 12, 16, we're on the same maths. Dux does, yeah. And what's he do? Dux does pre-market volume times 10, and then if it's a liquid pre-market, he takes the volume. Yeah. Morena, yeah, that was the one. I'm getting messages off Stocks Trade basically. So Tim Sykes is putting out the guide that I've done. I did the guide about 2 weeks ago now, but they're just messaging has been like it's ready to go live or something. So I'll have to catch up with them and read them in a sec. So yeah, I mean, look, I missed I don't know what Mind is. Let's have a quick look. MIND. It's just a fucking weird chart. Anything that doesn't know which direction to go in, it's just not one to go for. So we'll call that a wrap. I think I've got too many platforms all open at the same time. My computer's starting to get hot like it's going to blow up. But love, good day, good year. Hope to be around next year, not blowing up. I know shit like that. I've not been close. Like the day I was never read more than $30. So to make grand, not read more than 30. It's just taking the safe ones. Like I'm not one for AMD and stuff like that. So I think that's it. Free lesson. Thanks, guys. Thank you, UH1M. We'll call it.